Hi guys, this is Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club, and today I'm making a layout using the April kits. So I have the main kit, I also have the Pocket Life kit, the embellishment kit and the colour kit, and my assignment for today is to use a large cut file. So we have got some new cut files coming to the store very soon. They'll be in the May download section, they're not quite there yet, and I chose to use this balloon cut file. I downloaded the DXF version and pulled it all apart and made my balloons all individual, so rather than one big cluster, and I've cut them from a sheet of that really lovely Paige Evans paper that's all got different colours on it. So I've cut them all from there. I've also cut some on a white piece of cardstock as well, but I cut them without the detail, so I just cut the outline effectively. And what I'm doing there is I'm sticking the patterned balloons onto the white backgrounds, just so that I have a white background showing through the details, the little stars and the hearts and bits like that. And the reason that I'm doing that, even though I'm using a white background on my layout, the reason I'm doing that is so that I can overlap them without anything showing through the holes. So I just find that that's a much easier way of making sure that my layers work well. So I'm just going through, I'm using a PVA glue to stick those together, and they're all flat at the moment. I did think about raising them on foam pads, but I'm going to raise the whole balloons on foam pads. Just trying to choose a border for my layout there. I've gone for a crepe paper La La Love one. I thought I might use the outline of the Paige Evans paper that I used to cut the balloons, but actually that then took the focus away from the multicoloured balloons themselves, so I decided to go with the pink crepe paper La La Love background instead. I've used the middle of it on a different layout already, so I've got the frame left over, so that'd be ideal to use. So okay, here we go. I'm just like trying to arrange my layout, see what works, see where my photos are going to go. I've got 3 photos. The balloons are huge. They're actually bigger than I expected. The brief was to use a large cut file, but these were really large. When I cut them, I thought, whoa, maybe I've gone a bit overkill here, but it works, it just about works okay. But my photos, I've got 3 photos and they're quite big too, so fitting it all in and making it look nice was a bit challenging, but I got there. So I'm just going through and sticking my balloons down now. I'm using foam pads to stick them down because I want lots of dimension, but I'm just kind of arranging them, making sure that the string bit, they're all covered up by the balloons, and making sure that my photos will fit in okay as well. So there we go. That's going to be the rough arrangement of my layout. So all the photos at the bottom with the big balloon stack in the middle. So now that I've got the background pretty much sorted, I'm just going to go through and mount my photos on Project Life cards. I'm using the some of the cards from the Pocket Life kit. And I'm going to cut those down a little bit so that they're the right size for my photos. At the moment they're just a tiny bit too big, so I'm just going to chop those down a bit. And I've just pulled out all of the embellishments I have got that might work well on this layout. I really wanted to use some of those photo corners, so I've pulled those out to use. There's a massive packet of those in this month's kit. I don't know when I can manage to use all of them, so I thought I'd better use a few today. So as you can see, I'm just cutting down my journaling cards now and getting my photos mounted. I'm going to distress the edges of each one as well, just to give a little bit of extra dimension. But then I end up with paper fluff all over my workspace, which is slightly annoying. Also, I get covered in it as well. So yeah, anyway, the trials and tribulations of being a crafter, hey. So there you go, I'm just sticking on some of my photo corners there. So I just chose 1 corner for each layout. So rather than go with all 4 or even the 2 top ones or the 2 diagonal ones, I thought I would just go a bit random and just pick 1 corner for each of the photos. I'm pulling out some of the Dear Lizzie stickers. I really love the Dear Lizzie collection. I love the colours in it, the yellows, the peaches, the pinks, the golds, so pretty. I think it's really lovely. So I'm using that as my inspiration, those colours, to pull out the letters from the acetate alphabet. that's an exclusive with this month's hip kit. It's really gorgeous. I love these acetate alphas. They're really, really lovely. They've got great personality, and I really enjoyed using them. So I'm going to use the words, the title is going to be Birthday Girl, and I want birthday to be from the navy alphas that also came in the kit. Now the problem is that I don't really know where to put my title. There's nowhere great to put it on the layout at the moment, so I'm just going to have to fiddle around with that for a bit and see where the best position will be. The word girl is causing the problem because it's quite large, and obviously the alphas are acetate, so therefore anything we put them on, the colour will shine through. So I don't want them to go onto the balloons themselves because they're patterned. I want it to go onto white background. So it's just a case of finding somewhere where it will look right, and also that I can put the word birthday above it too. So I've stuck my birthday letters onto a piece of clear acetate. I've just cut a piece of packaging from something else, I've just stuck them on there so that I can move them around and as a whole, and I can see where everything goes. So there we go. This is what I decided on for the placement of my title. I actually rearranged my photos slightly so that I had a good place to put my title. And then because I decided to put that photo up there, it meant I covered up an entire balloon, and I thought, well, that's a waste. I don't want to do that. So as it's an element that I can move, I pulled it out from underneath the photo. And I've slotted it into a different place at the top there, so I have I still have all of my balloons showing, because I don't want to waste one of those balloons. They're awesome. So yeah, just getting everything stuck in place now. I'm really happy with the way that the photos are looking. It also gives me somewhere to add some embellishments underneath too. So I'm just putting my title, my letters in place, in place there. I like them to be a bit wobbly, not wobbly, but not perfectly dead straight. So I've just made them a little bit higgledy-piggledy there. I'm going to add some stitching through the letters as well, just so that I don't lose any later on when they go into page protectors. So I will add some stitching through that. Also, the acetate alphabets, I'm going to stitch through that too. I have no real idea how to stick acetate things down. It's always been a mystery to me. So I find the best option is just to stitch through them, and then there's no glue required, nothing shows through, it's all fine. So that's what I'm doing there. So just going through and adding in a few details, pulling off some little word and phrase stickers from that exclusive Hip Kit Club sticker sheet there, adding in some puffy hearts from the same sheet. I've also added in some flat hearts from the Dear Lizzie sticker sheet. I've got some Dear Lizzie random stickers down on the left hand side of the layout. There's a rose, so I think it's a hand holding a rose. Then there's an Instax camera, and I have a pig with a rosette. You've got to embrace the random, haven't you? And on the right hand side I have a rosette that says sweetness, a flower from Paige Evans, and some strawberries. That all is fine, that's not as random as the other side. And then at the top there, on one of the balloons, I thought I'd add a small embellishment cluster up there. So I have a pink flower from Paige Evans ephemera, and a little sticker that says Just Be You. I'm now adding a chipboard butterfly from the Paige Evans chipboard thickers sheet. Yeah, just adding in some final touches, a couple more stickers from the sticker sheets, just getting it all finished off, fiddling around, adding bits and pieces. I love these kits so much. You just get so much in them that there's never any shortage of things to include, and I can pile on the embellishments as much as I like, which is really my style and what I love to do the most. So there's always tons to use, and it all goes together so beautifully. So yeah, it makes making layouts easy when you have a kit like this that just all goes together so well. So that little embellishment cluster on that balloon is stuck in place now, so I'm pretty much there, just going through and adding a few final labels, stickers. I think that one's from the Dear Lizzie sticker sheet. I couldn't decide where to put that one, so in the end I settled down on the right hand side. I'm just putting a little bit of detail onto the bow. I've just outlined it with a pen, and I'm going to get my journaling written in at this point as well. because I have my pen out, so normally there's a very last thing that I do, but sometimes then I end up covering up all of my journaling space and not being able to fit much in, but on this occasion I've put it in. I also wanted to add some number 8s, and that's because it's her 8th birthday. So there's 2 on the sticker sheet, the navy stickers, alpha stickers, but I wanted another one because I like things to be in 3s, so I pulled out my Heidi Swap stickers from last month's kit, and I'm putting in a pink number 8 on that bottom balloon there. So that's everything done. I've just gone and stitched through those titles now. So I stitched through the word birthday and I stitched through the word girl. I didn't stitch through the dot on the eye. I'm just going to stick that with glossy accents. So I just pulled my threads through to the back, and I'm just securing those on the back with tape, just sticking that eye in place now, and I've just used glossy accents for that, and I've used a whole splodge so the entirety of the dot is covered in glossy accents. And finally, just to finish off, I want a few paint splatters. So I've gone back to the Lindy's Magicals, which came with this month's colour kit, the April colour kit, and I'm putting a small amount of powder onto a craft sheet and adding some water. I had a bit of an accident there, I poured out too much powder, and adding some water and then picking that mist up and flicking it with my paintbrush. So literally that is me done. So thank you so much for joining me today for my large cut file layout. Those cut files will be in the store very soon, yeah, here is my layout all complete. Thank you very much for joining me, and yeah, that was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.